The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, The Money Masters.
Good day, Money Masters and Treasure Hunters. Welcome to the September 22nd marvelous Monday edition of the Money Masters Show. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes. I hope that each of you are off to a great start of your magnificent Monday. I had some trouble earlier this morning, and you know what I didn't get a chance to do? I didn't get a chance to tell you about that terrific virtual trading competition that we are holding here at TFNN. You've only got a few more days in order to be able to sign up for that contest. So the very first thing that I want you to do, folks, is I want you to come over to the TFNN website. I want you to sign up for that virtual trading competition. It's going to begin next Sunday on the 28th. You can do that through Friday, October. It's through Friday, October 23rd out there. We've got 70 total prizes. First place is going to get $3,000. Look, even if you're a person that doesn't believe that you're going to win the contest, what you can do is you can be a winner, though, because we're giving away winners every day. If you place a trade, just simply place a trade, you're going to get entered into a little bowl out there, a little fish bowl. We'll draw the names, and so it's a great opportunity. Plus, we've got on this Thursday, September the 25th. This Thursday, September 25th. That's our cutoff day, which is 12 noon. Tom O'Brien, he's going to be doing a workshop. So you want to be able to attend that. And, of course, what it also gives you access to, if you sign up right now, gives you access to our Tiger's Den. And that's really key out there because, whenever you are trying to improve yourself, you always want to make sure that that's always your peer group. It's always about your peer group. If you're trying to play better golf, better tennis, better soccer, better anything in life, you want to become a better chef, hang around people that know how to do those things. You want to change your peer groups out there. So do that, folks. And look, let's make sure that you and I, after you do that, and in fact, if you do that, what I can assure you is one thing. You're going to then have a magical Monday. So let's make sure that we do all that we can do to have a magical Monday. Let's always remember diligence. That's right. I'm just asking you to be diligent. It's the mother of good fortune. So let's go create a fortune, folks. And during the next hour, we'll do that utilizing extraordinary tools that help us in our trading and investing. Those are our A to B equals CD tools, our lightning bolts. That's our Fibonacci retracement and expansions. The combination of those two are what create the Gartley and butterfly patterns. Of course, we love Japanese candlesticks out there because Japanese candlesticks are the signs that the bulls and bears leave for you and I each and every day. Hey, this is an interactive show. That means I'd love to hear from you. Would love to hear from you. All you've got to do is pick up the phone, give me a call at 877-927-6648. We can chat about the markets. We can chat about something that you're taking a look at. Maybe together we can go identify the bulls and the bears out there, see where price is headed to. So, again, please get over to the home page of TFNN. Sign up for our virtual trading competition. This is Magnificent Monday. Let's make it a magical one. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes, and welcome to the show. Right now, we got the Dow trading off 10 points. She's trading on at 17,269. S&P off 5, trading at 2,005. Composite down 20 points, trading out at 45.60. Russell off 8.5 points. DAX down 7. FTSE down 49. We've got Goldilocks back $3, trading at 12.13. Silver down 16 cents. Off of its session lows, though. She's trading out at 17.68. Platinum's off another $7 this morning. Light sweet crude down 35 cents, trading out at 92.06. Leading the charge here to the upside this morning, you've got Sigma Aldrich, but that is on a buyout. That's up 35%. Nice little premium out there. Clorox, on the other hand, that is not a buyout. Clorox is nice and bright and shiny and white. That's up 7%. It's up $6.70 out here with some volume, taking on a long-term swing point. In fact, let's go back in, check in on Clorox. It has not cleared it yet. I don't believe that it's cleared it yet. Let me pull this back here. It's cleared it intra-session, and it is actually trading above 96.76. So it has cleared it. All systems point to higher price inside of Clorox. That higher price being somewhere around 100.26. It would run right into its weekly primary trading range boundary line at the 100.67 level. So it ought to find a bit of resistance between 100.26, 100.27. 9.67. If it can clear that, no reason for Clorox not to get up to its monthly primary trading range number. That's at the 104.79. Also happens to be the 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD to the upside. That is what's going on inside of Clorox. VIAS, Via Systems Group, that's up a nice 37% out there. That looks like a proposed sale as well. Monster Beverage up $2. Dresser Rand Group up a couple. Toro up $1.87. I'm not talking about the kind of Toro, that nice fatty tuna, although there's nothing. Blackfin Toro. Now, there is a nice piece of sashimi that you want to have in your lifetime out there. It is better than any steak that you will ever have. Hey, we've got Techmira Pharmaceuticals, TKMR. They're up a nice 8.5%. Mobileye, NV, MBLY is the ticker symbol, up a couple points. It's up a point. It's up a couple of percent out here. To the downside, AutoZone. Oh, looks like it's got a flat tire out here. Let's go check in on AutoZone. Looks like it has blown maybe more than one tire. Down $19 off 3%. Let's go see what AutoZone is doing out here. AutoZone trading back into a sign of strength. That sign of strength ought to take it back to a price level. We'll give you those sign of strength areas, and then we'll go check on the volume and see what's done. But 493 to 487 is its number out here. That is, I didn't mean to do that. Let me do that out here. There we go. AutoZone, that's a sign of strength out here. Big sign of strength. Volume-wise on that move was... I've got to turn on the darn tool out here. Why do I have it turned A to window? There we go. Sign of strength out here. That's on the trading session of February 6th, 600,000 shares to the upside, and then followed up with volume of 718,000 shares. All right, let's go see what kind of volume we've got to the downside now. Trouble in River City. 214,000 shares to the downside out here. So it's pulling back with a bit too much volume because we've only been trading for 43 minutes out here. So AutoZone, now it has not traded back there, so that says a volume could lighten up on the downside. You got a little hammer candle that it's trading into as we speak right now. As I say, Japanese candlesticks, they are a beautiful thing. Here's the hammer candle inside AutoZone. That was the last time the price was down at these levels. That was July 22nd. Low out there, 505.32. Volume there, only 332,000 shares, so it's not going to be the volume. It'll be the hammer. It'll be the bulls that were defending that territory and moving AutoZone higher. So we'll see if they're going to defend 505.32. Of course, if they don't, if we see a close below it, if you're long, you're wrong is the message out there. Number one, you'll have an A to B equals CD. The downside, that'll be confirmed by breaking that hammer candle, and price will likely come back at a minimum to that breakout area, that set of swing points down in the February 4th time frame. And that is on ticker symbol AZO. As far as the news behind it, let me see out here. What do we got? The AutoZone, the net income was in that, so the net income increased by 7.4%. Apparently, that was not good enough. Net sales increased by 4.5%. Apparently, that was not good enough. Hey, you know what I say to you guys? Go try to run a company and do that. Not too bad when you start taking a look at the kind of numbers that they're doing out there. But they must have guided poorly, or maybe they missed consensus out there. One thing we do know, they are trading lower with some volume. You've got Carbo Ceramic, CRR. That thing is a picture of ugliness. Looks like that's actually going back to March of 2009 pronto. If we go back to March of 2009, just to give you an idea, let's go take a look at that monthly swing point out here. March of 2009 would take Carbo Ceramics all the way down to a price range of $26 to $35. You're at 69 right now. Of course, you say, hey, how can you say that? Well, I can tell you what Carbo Ceramics is doing is pushing into its monthly swing points out here with big volume. Those monthly swing points back from October in 2012, September 2012, 7 million shares each. You're pushing into them with 12 million shares out there. So if it blows below those lows at the $60.33 range out there, well, folks, that would be curtains for Carbo Ceramics out there. CRR is a ticker symbol. VIP Shop Holdings, that's off $9. That's down 4% this morning. Netflix off about 2%, down $7 and change. Google off $6 and change. Baidu off $6, but that stock chart looks pretty darn good. PXD, Pioneer Natural Resources, that's off $5, down 2.5%. Concho Resources, CXO is a ticker symbol. That's off $4 as we speak right now. Auto Holdings, BITA is a ticker symbol. That's off 5% as well. Again, our call number is 877-927-6648. Let's go check in on the currency pairs out here. Let's go check on the Great British Pound. I'm going to look at the actual, let's do this. Let me switch over. I can get the actual live data. Give me a moment to switch tools, switch charts out here. I'll look at the futures contract. I don't have any kind of delay out here. So we got the Great British Pound trade out of 1.6336 out here. Let's go see what it is trying to do. That was the weekly chart. Let's go take a look at a daily time frame for this currency pair. This currency pair formed a nice little bottom out here. Key reversal session on the trading session of September the 10th out here. A key reversal session takes place when you have the high and low of the prior candle. The high and low of the prior candle, intraday exceeded. Well, we had that. When you have a close in the opposite direction, we had that. And when you have an extended condition, well, we most certainly had that when we take a look at the Great British Pound. That says that low out here from that trading session on September 10th is muy importante. That's at $1.60, 1.6051 to be specific if you were trading the 6B. This is the continuous contract that we are taking a look at in my chart. Now, that being said, because we had such a straight line, this was a central bank. This is my opinion. This is only Steve's theory. I cannot support this, but this is what you see as a linear move. If you go to take a look at intraday charts of something that you might trade with that's got a lot of volume volatility, Apple or what have you, what you can see is when you see this kind of linear line, smooth move to the downside, what in my opinion, what you have is you have mission. You've got orders from a trading desk, a large trading desk out there that says, let's get out of this position, but do it carefully. Do it carefully. And that is exactly what was taking place inside of the Great British Pound. Of course, that trading desk was some central bank out there. Again, I can't prove it, but I can tell you I've watched enough of those linear moves to know that it is the sign of what is really going on out there with some big money. Now, if we take a look at just simply trend lines here inside of the Great British Pound, take a look at that futures contract. Started off with that swing point high from July 15th. You use that as your touch point. That's out of 1.718. And then you use as your next touch point out there. Probably those large prop trading desks didn't appreciate me sharing that comment with you, but it is the signature of what's going on in the marketplace out here. That's the beauty of technical analysis and the charts, because the cat can be out of the bag for sure. If we take a look at that August 13th high, that becomes your next touch point out here. And interestingly enough, with regard to the Great British Pound, its bounce, even though it went ahead and tried to put in that bottom out here, the bounce that we saw inside of this, even with the vote that took place on Thursday evening, Friday morning out there for the folks over in Scotland. We can see that price got up to that level and then just simply reversed course out here. So the downtrend is still in place inside of the Great British Pound. You break that trend line, then you can start taking a look at some kind of retracement. The retracement that you'd be looking for from the high down to the low out here. Well, it did the dead cat bounce, right? So did the dead cat bounce by also getting up to the 1.6484 level. That was your 0.382 retracement. And then, so far, it's made a pullback out here. So it could be forming A to B equals CD to the upside for all I know. If it takes out that trend line, that is likely what it's going to do. And then you're likely to see a move into about the 1.6751 level. And that is on the Great British Pound. Now, that was the continuous contract that we were looking at on Steve-O's charts. 877-927-6648. Dow's off 40. S&P down 9. We'll be right back, folks.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Think or Swim, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
Andy Hecht's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. You've got Dow's off 36 points right now. S&P is off 9. Russell 2000 down 11 points right now. And question, can I see what I'm seeing in gold? Well, we covered the gold. We covered the gold contract. I think we did this here just a few moments ago. Let's go take a look at some of the gold equities out here. Let's go do that. Let's take a look at a couple of those. Let's take a look at Gold Corp. Gold Corp is the number one weighting structure inside of the GDX. So if you are trading the GDX, the Nugget, or what have you, go. You can Google it. It's pretty easy. You can see what the top 10 weightings are inside of that, and very helpful. You want to make sure that you understand because then you can determine whether or not they are the weakest, the strongest, and then make some trading decisions around it. You may be better off trading some of the individual equities versus the actual basket of currencies basket of stocks out here. But in any event, Gold Corp is the number one weighting inside of the GDX. If we take a look at Gold Corp, Friday volume to the downside, 8.6 million shares, going ahead and making the 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD to the downside pattern. No reversal signal here yet. The 8-point on this was out here on the trading session of August the 14th, out at that high, which was $29.65, makes a move down into August 25th, then only makes about a 50% retracement That's your C point, August 29th. Makes the 1 to 1A to B equal C. He lets some folks off of the elevator out there. Then it goes down to the next floor, 2441. No stopping there, no bulls inside. Down to the next floor. That was on Friday/today out here. If we take a look at Gold Corp and we look at it on the daily chart out here, June 3rd is a swing point really that we're looking at. That swing point's got 6.2 million shares. Friday we're moving down towards it with 8.6 million shares. And today, 1 million shares in an hour of trading. You just do the simple math on that. That could be about 6.5 million shares or so if the volume were to maintain itself out here. So that is coming into a swing point with 6 million shares with a bit too much volume out there. Now, that's the daily chart. Let's go switch over and take a look at a weekly. Let's go take a look at a monthly out here. If we take a look at the weekly chart for Gold Corp out here, let's go see what we can find. And if we take a look at it, the weekly chart, the swing point is June the 2nd, the weekend of June 2nd. It has 25 million shares down there. And what it did last week was 26 million shares. Not a good scene out here as you're coming back into an area where it broke out with too much volume out here. That really says that low from June 2nd, the weekend of June 2nd, I believe it was June 3rd was the actual day that we looked at. 2268 is very important. Hey, it would do itself a favor this week to lighten up the load, lighten up the volume. If you get a crack below that area, again, this is a weekly chart that we're looking at, then inside of Gold Corp, you're looking at a move down into the low of about 2054 to 2194. That's the December 16th swing point out there. And that's what's going on with the numero uno weighting inside of the GDX. So if you're trading the nugget or you're trading the opposite of the nugget out there, you certainly want to be focused on Gold Corp. If we go take a look at Barrick Gold, that's up 29 cents this morning. Already has 3 million shares to the downside. Let's go stay with the weekly time frame out here and see what it has done. The weekly time frame broke through or is breaking through a hammer candle out here inside of Barrick Gold. This is a weekly chart we're looking at May 26, 2014. That's your hammer candle. The combination of these three candles out here happens to be not just a hammer candle, which was from the week of May 26th, then you had a little doji candle that next session, the weekend of June 2nd. And then a nice big bullish engulfing. You had bullish engulfing. You had a Morningstar weekly pattern. You had a hammer candle. That low down here for Barrick Gold is way more important than most people probably give it credit for, just simply with regard to the signs of what the bulls were doing in defending that territory. Hey, we're only 1 day into the week, and really from a trading perspective, we're only 1 hour into the week, so there's a lot of time left. Nonetheless, closing below the low of that hammer candle, 1547, is not a good scene for Barrick Gold out here. Right now it's dealing with a swing back from December the 2nd, 2013. That had 92 million shares. So the beauty is that you're coming into that with lighter volume. The question is it just going to be a test of that low inside Barrick Gold? It's going to be 1526, and that is where the bulls rush in? I don't know, but we're certainly going to be paying attention to it. And then inside Barrick, you've got that swing point that takes you back into July 2013, the top of which is 1615, and you're trading into that right now, and that's got 102 million shares. So the beauty is, inside of Barrick Gold, is you are trading back into a couple of important swing points with some lighter volume out here. Now let's go switch over to the daily chart, see if we get any kind of intra-session type signal out here. We'll have to do that when we get back from this break. But if we take a look at its swing point, simply that it is busting through, which was May 28th. That had 11 million shares. And Friday, it was 17 million shares, the downside. And today already 4 million shares. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's diagnostic box spread analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 45, S&P down 11, Composite off 44 points out here, Russell off 14. We'll go take a look at the indices. Let's go do that here. Let's put up the index charts. And we take a look at the Russell 2000. Let me turn a couple of these things off. Give me a moment to just put this over on the other side of one of my screens out here. So I'm just going to turn that off. There we go. Okay. Now, as we take a look at the Russell 2000, the one thing that we know, and this is a daily chart that we are taking a look at, this thing has been in a very, very long-term consolidation. If we take a look at the consolidating pattern out here, we're basically going to come into about the price point of about 1085 at the bottom end, and the top end about 1200. Now, that 130-point or so consolidation level, if we in fact ever see the 1211 area get taken out, that's to the upside. You can add 130 points to that. That takes you to 1340, 1350 level. That is the monthly. Price projection inside of the Russell 2000, and that's where it should head to eventually. But at the moment, it may pull back to 1085. Let's go to Tom in Plymouth, Massachusetts. Tom, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Steve. You?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks so much.
Oh.
You wanted to speak about or discuss the TNA, which is a 300% long, the Russell 2000. So tell me what you're doing, how I can assist you.
Well, I was in last Thursday. I got out last Friday, but I'm looking to see if I can get in around 67, high 67s here.
Okay. Now, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you primarily trade just simply the Russell 2000? So is the TNA, the TZA, are those your vehicles of choice?
I do like both of those two, yes.
Okay. So when we take a look at the reason that I asked the question, so there was the reason behind it. One, we'll stick with that. So I'm going to answer. I will answer your question specifically, and I'll pull that up in just a moment. What I would throw out to you is that in trading the long side of the market, you might take a look at something that is more stronger, one of the indexes that is stronger. And from a short standpoint, taking a look at the Russell 2000 perhaps as the weaker side of it. So I don't know if you ever take a look at the market that way and say, hey, I'm going to go long, so I'm going to look at the long, the stronger of the four indices out here. But I just throw that out there as something to consider. And the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000 is one of the weaker pieces of it. But let's go take a look at the TZA. So let's put that chart up on our screen out here. And so the TNA specifically. That's what you asked about. So give me a moment here to try to pull that up on the screen. TNA. And give me that price point area that you are looking at, possibly getting into as well.
Well, I was looking at 67.90 or so, maybe 68.
Okay, so at 67.90, so here's the cool thing. Let me do this. I'm going to put up a template. Let me get the decent template here going. So if we take a look at the swing point that you should be focused on, it's really going to be that August 1st level. And so there you're dealing with a swing low of 64.46 to a high of 67.77. In my opinion, when you take a look at TNA specifically, and we'll go take a look at IWM, that is really where you should be focused, is on that swing point or the candle session right next to it. The high of that candle session is 67.91. Because what we're likely to see here, if you take a look at TNA specifically, one of the other things that you should consider, Tom, is the trading session from September 16th that had 8.5 million shares. And that could very easily be the B point of an A to B equals CD down inside this vehicle. And the reason that I say that is on Friday's session, he had 7.5 million shares, in essence pushing into that swing point. That had 8.5 million shares. Today, you moved through it. You're already at 3 million shares. We've only traded for an hour. So it seems as if the message of TNA is that it's really forming an A to B equals CD to the downside. And that price projection, your 1-to-1 would give you 66.56. Now, the cool thing about that, Tom, is that 66.56, it gets you into the swing point from August 1st. And that really then becomes your benchmark. So I would say that TNA, if we were just to not pay attention to IWM or anything else, just look at TNA, that we would look at the swing point high of 67.77 to 64.46, which would be your preference. And you'd like to see price get below 64.46, close back above it with less than 11 million shares, and then that would be where you could take a stab. In my opinion, that would be a place where you would take a stab at going long the TNA, and that's looking at the daily time frame. But am I overlooking something that maybe you might be, because I'm just doing a quick 3-minute review of this. So is there something else that you're looking at that we should both go take a look at?
No, I guess I may be a little premature at looking at this thing, but I've been playing the TZA to the upside a little bit too, but I thought last week it reversed a little bit and I got out of that. So
Yeah, yeah. The general market there absolutely did reverse. And inside the TNA, if we take a look at it right now, if I take a look at what it actually did over during last week, is it got up to its largest area of where both buyers and sellers were comfortable with price at $75.09. So interestingly enough, the move up on Friday stopped at that what's referred to as that point of control. If we take a look at its market profile, so it's another way of taking a look at the volume analysis of a instrument out here. But the volume analysis, I think that you and I want to watch today is does the TNA specifically close below 70.50, and because it's doing it with volume, and if so, your next real target for TNA is very likely around the $11. Is around the $11. How about that? Around 64.46 before it provides you with a piece of information. When you called, I had begun taking a look at the Russell 2000, and in the Russell 2000, an ideal area. So if in the TNA, in the case of the TNA, if it's coming in that swing point with volume, what it's really communicating to you is you want to take a look at the Russell 2000 around the 1085 level, which is down quite a bit from where you're at right now because you're at 1132, and that's that's at the bottom of the consolidation range. That is where your best trade for TNA would be. And the reason that I say that is because if you were to see a close below, very specifically inside the Russell 2000, a close below 1082.53. That happens to be the bottom of the consolidation, and it's a hammer candle. That would tell you that the Russell 2000, now we're going to see some major moves in the market, and this one, in this case here, would be to the downside, and your potential would be about 130 points. So you'd be all over TZA at that stage. So those are the areas, those are the levels, those are the things that I would be looking at.
Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that.
My pleasure. And thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for calling, and best of luck in trading. That was Tom in Plymouth, Massachusetts out there. And so, let's go take a look at what I didn't do for Tom, and let's go do that right now. Let's just go take a look at the IWM, because, the IWM is really the trading instrument that the TZA is based around. So let's go take a look at that. And what we saw here on a daily basis so far, I assume we're going to see the same thing, but never one to just assume. If we look at the IWM, its swing point here that it's dealing with is 113.40. I don't know why my cursor's not doing this, but let's do this. Let me, sometimes if I just restart the study, if I just restart the template, it will restart. So let's see if it does that there. There we go. Okay, good. So what we're dealing with here is we're dealing with the swing point, September 16th, volume there, 51 million shares, and today you've done 15 million in an hour of trading. So it does appear that the IWM is confirming an A to B equals CD to the downside out here, just as the TNA. So if you're inside the TZA, if you are short the Russell 2000, this trade at the moment looks good. My impression of the market is this, that we really need to see, in order for these markets to totally crack here, we need to see the Dow actually go ahead and really be the one that is cracking. And let's go take a look at some of the Dow individual stocks. In the first hour, we looked at Visa and IBM specifically. I'm going to just put those up on my screen here real quickly just to see what they're doing here. So Visa right now today, it's just really been consolidating. Volume so far on its move today, only about 480,000 shares. That's really not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal for Visa. So it, at this stage here, hasn't cracked. If we take a look at IBM, it's down 3 cents out here. So IBM is certainly not cracked, and IBM was pushing into a B point here with volume August 27th. I was not using Friday because of option expiration out here. I was just simply using Thursday's volume, which was inside of IBM 3 million shares moving into 2.1 million shares. So it looks like IBM really wants to move to the upside, number 2 weighting. Let's go take a look at Goldman Sachs. It's off 21 cents this morning. Goldman Sachs out here, if we take a look at this has completed a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD to the upside out here. It's made a 1.272 expansion. It's got a butterfly pattern. That butterfly pattern is coming off of the swing point here from the trading session of January 6th high down to the low that was put in April of 2014 out here. So you've gotten a butterfly pattern, but what is missing here is a reversal signal. You got a little dark cloud cover candle on Friday. However, it's so hard for me to make out Friday's session because if I didn't know there was options expiration, if it wasn't quarterly options expiration out there, you would say that this was pushing highs with volume. And that would say that it wants to go to the next level. The next level would be your 1.618 area. So today's trading inside of Goldman Sachs is pretty important here, maybe to give us a clue as to what it wants to do on a daily basis. Boy, this thing is well above its market profile resistance area at 180.22. So the number 3 weighting structure inside of the Dow here looks pretty good. Let's go take a look at Triple M. 3M out here. If we take a look at it, let's go see what it is trying to do. Now, 3M got above a B point of an A to B equals CD. It did it here on Thursday with volume of 2.3 million shares, getting over 1.8. So what 3M has going for it right now is a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside, 149.98. That's the number 4 weighting structure inside of it. Until we see 3M get below its market profile resistance level at 145.01, this chart here has to remain or should remain bullish, at least the way that I take a look at 3M out here. Let me pull this back a little further, see if there's anything else that gets in the way. And the answer is really no. So you got a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside inside of 3M. If we go take a look at Boeing, BA is a ticker symbol. It's up 11 cents right now. Of the Dow 30 stocks, looks like you've got 6, 7, 8 maybe of the Dow that are to the upside. Look, I can give you a number of reasons why the Dow is a weak link out here, but the Dow's doing all the heavy lifting. And as we take a look at the weighted structure with inside of the Dow, and that's what's important. We want to understand, hey, what's going on with those heavy lifters, and are they showing us any kinds of real signs of weakness out here? Well, if we take a look at Boeing, Boeing has a swing point here, and that's from August 26. It's got 2.3 million shares. The price level is 129.13. 2.3 million shares. That's key. Here's the difficult thing. Friday was 5.6 million shares. I don't know how to read Friday's volume, so I just simply go back to Thursday. Thursday, we had 2.7 million shares. So 2.7 pushing 2.3, because Thursday's volume was relatively clean out there. Guess what? It's pushing into a swing point with volume. You close above 129.13, you're at 129.47. In this case here, Boeing says it wants to get up to 135.36. Boeing is the number 5 weighting inside of the Dow. Let's go take a look at number 6 out here. Let's just do this for until I run out of this breakout here. Another 2 minutes just to start to give us a feel. Hey, we got problems with Chevron, but we know we got problems inside the energy sector. That is, just like the TZA, TNA, or I should say the IWM, the Russell 2000 is weak. The energy sector is just absolutely weak. So no surprise here. However, we can take a look at a daily chart. If in fact Chevron were to bust through this descending price channel, boy, that'd have to say something to think about out there. But right now, it's doing what we should expect. How about United Technology out here? Well, in the case of United Technology, it, too, has been in a downtrend. And Friday, it got right up into that downtrend. This is a downtrend line coming off of the high from June the 9th. Using that high, I'm using it as the next high, July 15th out here. So when I take a look at UTX, I'm watching that trend line to see if that can be pierced out here. Otherwise, from a market profile standpoint, it remains bullish out here. That is on United Technology, and that is the number, what is that, the number 7. Let's take a look at Johnson & Johnson out here. Johnson & Johnson, holy cow. This thing is going off to the moon. It's going beyond the moon. This is going to another planetary constellation that'll take price up to the 119.45 level. Its B point out here had 7 million shares. It was passed with 6.6 million shares on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, no, I'm sorry, that was Thursday, so it's moving into it. Friday had 13 million shares out here, but at this stage, until it backs off, I'm going to give this the benefit of the doubt and say this is a confirmed A to B equals C to the upside. So, folks, we didn't look at Caterpillar. That's number 9. But look, we looked at the top 8 out here with inside of the Dow, and you can see that there's a number of confirmed patterns to the upside. So yes, the market's moving lower today. I'm not convinced yet that this is yet the signal of any kind of sell-off. Could be, but I'm not convinced. At least even the Dow 30, are suggesting that it wants higher price before lower price. It's excluding the pullback that we see. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy. A set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's off 60, S&P down 14, composite getting the whack this morning off 54 points. Well, the Russell 2000, that's up 16. Had a request to go take a look at CSX, the railroad company out here. If we take a look at CSX, it's trading out at 32.25. If we take a look at patterns out here, let's go see what happened as it passed its B point. Its B point was on July 22nd out here. Let's put that across the screen, 31.50. 31.59. Volume out there was 6.8 million shares, and it was passed with 4 million shares on September 16th, and then 8.6 million shares on September the 17th. So you've got a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside inside of CSX as we speak right now. That was on the daily time frame chart. Let's go put this on a weekly time frame chart, since it really was passed during the week. Let's go see if we've got a... so here you've got the swing on a weekly. 23 million shares was taken out with 26 million shares. So the weekly chart shows a confirmed A to B equals CD to the upside. The small one, the small A to B equals CD inside of CSX would take us on a weekly time frame. There we go. Would take us to... Give me a moment here to give you that price projection. About 33.52 to 34.73 would likely be its target. Now let's come back and let's take a look at the. Let me put it on the monthly just to see what's it doing on the monthly at that swing point level as well. So we'll just take a look at a couple different time frames. So the volume on the monthly was 128 million shares. That was July 2014, and so far this month you've done 72 million. So you're going to be light on the monthly, but you're not on the weekly. You're not on the daily. Now let's switch back to a daily chart for CSX. And if we take a look at CSX, trading a bit lower here this morning, 32.22. Volume so far, today's pullback, 1.2 million shares. This was moving higher with 8.6 million shares on September 7th. So it's kind of pulling back into a little bit of a breakout inside this equity. So I would say unless CSX gets back below that B point, the swing from July 22nd out here, that its message is one of if you're short, that you are using, you're calling a top, and so have your stop above Friday's close. Something like that, because you've got some confirmed moves to the upside. So with it trading lower, then I would put a stop just above that. If you see this thing and come back and test 31.59 or test 31.50, which happens to be its TAS market profile old resistance line, which now should become new support. If it's able to hold that, then CSX probably wants to go ahead and complete that A to B equals CD to the upside. So that's what CSX is looking like at the moment. I don't see anything majorly wrong. If this thing did crack, meaning gets below 30.64, then you can make the case that it would try to go shoot for the high volume bar, low volume, untested low back on April 16th, and that's at 16 million shares, down around 27.14 to 27.85. But at the moment, CSX looks pretty good to me to the upside out here. Again, it looks like a little bit stronger than the market. All right, so in summary, we got the VIX index, which is well above the 50-day exponential moving average. That is measured at 1281. You're at 1374 right now. That bodes well for the bears, not the bulls. That's why you're seeing some damage in the market. The two correlate extremely well. You stay above 1281 out there, the bears retain control of the market. Of course, they have had control of the market here inside the New York Stock Exchange for quite some time. That control is flexing their muscle again here today. So the New York Stock Exchange, the key swing point level to be watching, is going to be the low here from September 15th, and that is priced out at about 10,881. Well, folks, it is Magnificent Monday. That means we got our man Basil Chapman on deck. After Basil, we've got Larry Pescimento, Daryl Martin, David White, the Tom O'Brien Show from 3 to 5. Don't forget, folks, go sign up for our virtual trading competition. Do it now, because come Thursday afternoon at 12 noon, you won't have a chance. And I want you to have a chance to win. Take care, folks. Have a great Monday.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.